Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe for more content. Hit the notification bell so you know whenever I post any more videos, you will get notified right away. Alright, today we're going to talk about my #1 bushcraft knife. This knife was made for me by a friend of mine named Woody Smith at Wood Steel Knives. I've had this knife for I think 3-4 years now. It has been all over the country with me, from high mountains to desert, and everywhere in between. This knife has been by my side and has been used heavily, heavily, heavily. We're going to talk about why I love this knife, why it's probably a knife you've never seen nor heard of. And I'm going to talk a little bit about where the knife came from and the knife maker, and go send you a link so you can go check out the knife and get one for yourself and some of his many other knives. Let's jump in the tabletop. All right, by popular demand, a lot of you guys have seen this knife in many other videos, and you've been wanting to have a look at it and wanted me to do a review on it in the comments, so we're going to look at it. This is the Woodbuck, made by Wood Steel Knives, Woody Smith. I call this a crossover between like a Nessmuk kind of inspired and maybe a Kephart. What it brings to mind to me, he made this knife very special for me because if you'll notice, it has a Scandi grind and it goes into a flat grind. This is a very thin knife. It is not very thick, but it handles batoning and woodwork. Man, it handles it very well. Look at this footage here. I'll tie in real quick here. This knife does a phenomenal job of batoning, feather sticking. I mean, it will do anything you want. Here's his maker's mark. It's a woodpecker. I took this knife out for a couple days up in the mountains, and literally all I did after batoning and beating the crap out of this knife for a few days to make fire for the wood stove and some other stuff is I use this stone right here, a very, very soft stone just to touch it up. Usually when I sharpen my knives, I'll use just this strop right here. It's marbles, and that's pretty much all I do to get this thing back after batoning and beating the crap out of it. There you go, boom. So this is a really great knife. I requested that he make this out of 01 tool steel. Now he has some different steels that you can choose from and make. I wanted to have the brass hardware in there and a brass lanyard hull, and I wanted white micarta. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, I don't like knives with Coke bottles and grooves in it. I like knives that are just simple, traditional, smooth handles, rounded on the end. I don't like any hooks or anything that grip on. This is my favorite type of knife. His heat treat on his knives is phenomenal. I have never had one break. And what I also really love about this knife is it gets better as you use it. I swear, just something about it, it just gets so much better. The handle gets in there. It gets so much better. Green micarta, great knife, fills up the hand. For reference, I wear a large XL glove. You can go on his website and get the specs, but you know, overall length on this puppy, you know, we're rocking around 10.5 inches and roughly a 5.5 inch blade, which in my opinion is perfect. Another thing I like about this, he does send you a JRE industry sheath, which these are very good sheaths, the same ones that LT Wright will send you knives in and a lot of other people. But the sheath that it comes with is the Q, I do believe, is the one that he sends it to you with. But it is a phenomenal knife. Definitely a head turner, because a lot of people don't see a knife that looks like this. So if I'm with people, I get a lot of questions on it just because it's kind of a rare knife. I would say it's pretty much like a one of a kind, at least with the hybrid grind on it. Now, would I just beat the crap out of this with some massive log? No, I wouldn't do that, because I mean, it is a flat grind. It is a thinner blade, so you don't want to do too much, you know, craziness with it, but it will handle pretty much anything reasonable you throw at it. Fish, skinning small game, stuff like that. It's just a really good all-around knife. I mean, absolutely a phenomenal knife. So his prices have changed a little bit, and the wait time for, like I said, he is pretty much a one-man shop, so there is a little bit of a wait time with it, but I mean, you're getting quality, and he can make these just however you possibly want them. But honestly, this is the best knife you could possibly get for bushcraft and just overall use for something that you're not going to be using as a machete. Definitely well made, definitely a knife that, you know, I'm going to be handing down to my kids one day. It's that good of a quality knife. So if you like this content, be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next video.